Good afternoon. Let's see what's happening around here. Mm. Oh, hope you can hear me. Yeah. So we're still yet to take these lows, the midnight and basically the Asian lows. Welcome back. Welcome back. Price action was very slow. I was noticing something very interesting for studying. We have this fair value gap here, which is very interesting. But what's more interesting about it is that you have relative equal lows. This is a signature you're going to see in price sometimes, where they leave relative equal lows. It goes up to some inefficiency. This one is a fair value gap, and that would have been a good short. The most ideal would be you short inside this one, but your stop loss should be at least 514 or 524. And yeah, that's just an interesting one for studying. But now, my idea was that maybe we can just take those relative equal lows. As you can see, we still have them on ES, right? So we take all this liquidity, and because we're still bullish on the week, I don't know what's wrong in here. It just doesn't take this low for some reason. Okay, so we take these lows and then we attack this relative equal highs in the PM. That would be an interesting one to happen. So considering the fact we're so close to the Asian lows, I'm not inclined to trade them and basically place a short position, because my risk reward would not be so much in my favor. But now we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 relative equal lows, which is highly probable they're going to be attacked very soon. The more green candles we're going to have in a row, the more we're going to know that this move is going to happen. Basically, we're going to attack sell side. But let's wait. Yeah, maybe we can trade back here. We have a lot of liquidity up here. So right now I don't trust this move at all. I know we're gonna chase sell side anytime soon. Let's see how high they want to take it, and the higher that they take it, the better for us to consider that short we've been talking about. The short that is gonna attack Asian lows, which is 393. On the daily, we're still highly bullish, right? All we want is just to attack today's low. Let's see. So by taking this low, we're gonna trade inside an hourly fair value gap, which can be a short after this candle closes. And we're gonna trade inside an inversion fair value gap, which is like even better. You have more reasons to short. And if we consider this position, let's say we're shorting from here to these Asian lows. We're risking $37.478, but we're gonna risk a bit more. No, this is $60-$70 for 120 basically. Yeah, that would be ideal. We don't know if we're gonna get that. Bear in mind, Asian lows have been already attacked on ES. Have they finished talking? I mean, about the press conference, have they finished? Yeah. We're not considering shorts unless we trade about 458 and 50. And we're not considering longs until we take these Asian lows. I was watching a very interesting movie. It's called Warfare, I believe. Some mission. Military mission. Interesting price action today. See, breaking market structure. I apologize. 5-minute fair value gap. Beautiful day. It was just a bit too choppy for my taste. I'm glad price is finally opening up in a sense. It's more tradable. Mm. Yeah, I think they're gonna attack the lows now. Mm. Yeah, let's wait. As much as I would like, I don't want to short down here. It's not close to all. I like they didn't took all time high, so usually all time highs are being taken with speed. But building up to that event is gonna be a bit tricky because everyone is expecting it, but it's not gonna happen as easy as you can see today. So let's wait. Man, boring price action. Yeah, this would have been an interesting short. I just didn't like it. Uh, we took this liquidity. We traded inside the 2 minute fair value gap, but nah, I don't like trade shorting lows. Considering where we started today to short here, it's a bit irresponsible. It doesn't. It's not a high probability setup, so we're gonna have to wait. That's why I signaled 488. That would be more sexy. But if they take the Asian lows and they show some speed to the upside very fast, like all of this low movement was just a manipulation for us to take the price lower, for us to take the price higher, um, I'm considering longs, but we need to be trading above 470. Basically, we would be targeting this high over here, or we can trade ES because it has relatively cool highs. If they show speed, if we see market structure shift, fair value gaps, bullish breakers, if we see all of this good stuff. Now I would not be comfortable me shorting this 2 minute fair value gap and having this retraction now. See? I just don't like it's just laggy. I like to see speed in price. So 2 o'clock, FOMC is gonna have a meeting. There you go. Chill we shall.
a policy. So you don't comment on supply shocks. You don't comment on tax policy, which clearly affects inflation. You don't comment on demand pull. You just said now that we should forgive student debt. Why is a person that goes to Harvard, that's a gender studies major, pays Harvard obscene amounts of money because professors are grossly overpaid there? Is that person better than a working class Ohioan that is a plumber but can't afford a car because interest rates are too high and car prices are high? Why don't we forgive that person's car loan instead of forgiving their student loan? But you don't comment on that. You comment on tariffs. So I'm going to just show you. I don't comment on tariffs at all. Actually, I comment on only tariffs. You're only commenting on the wisdom of tariffs. The chairman's over there in the conversation. Let me show you a chart here.
They are fighting a bit in Senate. They're still talking, and I don't know if this is a replay. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Maryland has a shortfall of nearly 100,000 homes, and the pathway to build wealth is therefore narrowing. So studies have estimated that of the over $200 billion invested annually in housing in recent years, only a fraction supports affordable homes for working class families. So would you speak to the need to better incentivize private investments into affordable housing construction?
Employment. But McKinney was overruled by the Supreme.
No, it's a replay. It's a replay. But they railed him, huh? Yes, it's not easy to be in his position. Yeah, based on my narrative, I don't believe we should short this. Personal opinion, I don't believe he has as much power as he lets to believe. Nowadays, who has money has power. Money belongs to central banks, International Monetary Fund. Those have the real power. Not getting into conspiracies on anything, but did you know that there is a central bank, an international one, who dictates what all the other global banks are doing? And that bank is situated in Geneva, in Switzerland. So, meanwhile, they're bickering in public over here. Some other people in other country, they pull the strings and they allow people to do whatever they do, but behind closed doors. So politicians don't have real power, only make believe. Because in order for you to become a politician and be elected in a Western country, I don't know how it is in other places, but in Western countries you need money in order to campaign. in order to campaign and have money, you're going to have to lobby. You're going to have to lobby to businesses, industries, oil, whatever type of industry or business you're going to have to. And then you're going to have to return those favors. But if you don't return those favors, you're going to have some people in black suits that are going to come and tell you how things are going to have to be dealt with. So even Putin said at some point, he was like, there is a US president, and if he doesn't play the tune, then some black suits are gonna come in and I'm gonna tell him how to play that tune. So read what you want between these lines, but yeah. As I said, and also here I saw this fair value gap. I really saw it. I just want to see those lows being taken. Right? Like, for example, and I don't want to speak too much about the topic because I have close people that told me that. But I know someone that works for a billionaire from a specific country, which is around Middle East. I'm not gonna name it. It's not a very rich country. It's a lot in distress, that country. And that guy has a politician in his pocket who has been, his family have had presidents. It's like a generational thing. And that guy is a dummy. I don't want to use specific words, but that guy is a dummy, right? And he's being sponsored by this guy, by this billionaire, and they go out on a yacht far away. They have their discussions. They're being served. They're being treated right. They're having their cocktails. Their grapes being served while they decide what's gonna happen with their population. And the rich guy stays away from that country because, as I said, it's in distress. You have a lot of things going on, so it's dangerous to be there. But he's sending his politician, he's gonna become president, he's calling in the shots, he gets to profit, and that guy shows on TV, he's very proud of himself, but he's not calling the shots, man. So it's the same way it's happening in Western countries, but on a different level. Yeah. Right now, wait a second. I just want to see if this one is going to become an inversion of fair value gap and how it's going to behave, right? Let's go back to micros. Okay, now let's see how this is gonna behave, because we're leaving relative equal highs here. On E-mini, we didn't take it. As you can see here. One more gap up, then turning back into this one. I might consider a short, but I'm trying to why would you be confused? I'm looking for those type of jobs. It's just in the West, it's a bit difficult to break through unless you've been to an Ivy League school. And I haven't. I have a bachelor in finance and banking, but I don't. I have not been to an Ivy League school. So right now, this scenario looks very bullish. So I'm not gonna short it. Right. Hmm. If I would have the opportunity, I'll really go to one of these institutions because I want to see how they trade in bulk. I wanna get a glimpse of the things that are happening behind closed doors. I'll still do my trading personally, but that fascinates me. I want to see big money moving. You know what I mean? Because this is what banks are doing with your money that you deposit right in your bank account. They trade them. Obviously, they don't do the type of trading that I'm doing, but still they trade. I had classes in business management, but my degree is in it's bachelor in finance and banking. In order to graduate that school, you're gonna take business management classes for sure. Hmm. Well, basically, what they want is for you to have an MBA. That's how it's called. I keep on looking at this fair value gap and I'm thinking if I want to buy it or not. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Five minute. Only one concern here. This is a breaker, 5 minute. So this trade is more based on experience. I don't know if it's gonna work. I guess we're gonna find out. I'm gonna explain the trade to you afterwards. $436 is gonna come from our trade. 437, 34. Yep. Minimizing our risk. $410, we're moving to break even, and then we're gonna have to wait if 393 is gonna be attacked, which is the Asian lows. But honestly, I'm happy with 407 as well. New 5-minute candle is going to bring some volatility. Break even. Free trade. There is a probability they want to come back here, take this relative equal highs and then dump it just because. But yeah. It's too many red candles in a row. So let's see how they want to play this one out. Yep. A dump right now would be ideal. Very good. Done. Beautifully. In it. And that's why you place profit targets and stop limits. You have candles like this that can really harm you or they can really help you. Executions. Let's do it like this. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Take a screenshot. And that was it. Now let's watch a bit the market. I'm curious, to be honest. Let's show the profit target for today, 160 bucks, which is amazing with just one micro. It's beautiful. I love days like this. Yesterday and today, I feel really, really, really good, really sharp between my ears. I love the fact that the price action is back. So even if the price is gonna reverse, I don't believe I want to take another trade today. I'm really, really happy with my performance, and I don't want to hinder that at the end of the day. But we can watch it a bit. I'll stay another 18 minutes. And yeah, we can just watch. We left relative equal highs here, and on ES we have this two from the morning session. My assumption would be that we're gonna attack this today or during the Asian session or after hours. So let's see how that's gonna play out. See, this is not random. You can see by looking at this candle, that was its only target, the Asian lows. Simple as that. Even though you had these relative equal lows here, they wanted to go for the Asian lows, which you can see right now. See? Asian range, it's lows. That's a very, very strong part of the daily liquidity that is being seeked, is being chased. Sorry. Let's do a short recap and why I decided to short this. As I mentioned before, I wanted to see some type of like upward movement, fooling people and the market into thinking, okay, now we can go long in order to attack all this liquidity up here. Meanwhile, we were trading inside an inversion fair value gap on the 1 hour. Let me hide this one. See? We opened, power of 3, traded inside this small gap, traded inside this inversion fair value gap. See? The high of this candle and the low of this candle. We traded inside this. you can see this 1 hour fair value gap over here better. We left a lot of liquidity. One fair value gap, two fair value gaps. So these are signatures in price. This is one of the strategies that I'm using. When I'm seeing that I'm looking for shorts, I see relative equal lows. I want to see this type of movement, something going higher, something fooling the market into thinking, okay, now we can be bullish. And once it confirmed for me that it's not going to attack this fair value gap, this relative equal highs here, they're not going to attack them now, and they traded inside this breaker over here on the 30-second, this is a fair value gap for sure. When it broke down, I placed my short, and my intention was, if the price is going to act as I'm believing, and if my narrative is correct, there's no reason for the price to come back and attack this swing high. This is a breaking market structure. So I use this as a resistance. I enter my short, and the rest is history. As much as I would like, and I'm thinking that this is going to go higher now, I just don't want to trade it. But I believe a long is it's in the books. I believe a long position is in the books right now. This is a breaker. We need to wait a bit for some confirmation, but yeah, it's in the books for sure. At the moment, you just need to wait. Like, every time you want to place a trade, you need to have a narrative. You need to have like a game plan. If right now, let's say, you're getting inside your car and you have a destination in mind, you have a route, you have like a map, or you put your GPS and you have an exact route. Same thing needs to happen in a trade as well. If you want to place a trade, you need to think, okay, what do I want to trade, short or long? If I'm going to trade long, why am I going to trade that long? What am I chasing? I'm going to chase some liquidity. Which one? Which one is more obvious? Obviously, that comes with experience as well. For me, I noticed that relative equal highs and lows are extremely powerful. They act like a magnet. The way Asian highs and lows act like a magnet as well. But until you get to that, you need to have more confirmation. You need to have some fair value gaps. You need to have some breakers that are going to support your thesis. And if that doesn't happen, you don't go up on that road. Like if it's snowing outside and you expect it to be sunny, you're not going to go and drive because you're not prepared for that. You're not prepared for that type of weather. Same as in trading. Obviously, right now we're talking everything in hindsight, but this is how everything plays through my mind. That's why you need a lot of experience when you trade. You need the theory first, you need to learn your strategies and what you're trading, but then you need to put them into action. And sometimes emotions are going to take the best out of you. So even now, that's why sometimes I can see some good trades, but I don't act on them because I had past experiences in which sometimes I acted right, sometimes I didn't. So you fail a lot until you succeed, and after you start succeeding, you're gonna have that imposter syndrome, and you're not gonna act on all the trades, even though you know they're good trades to be taken, because you have done wrong in the past. So then you're gonna have to recover yourself mentally from that stage and progress. That's why trading in itself, it's a continuous game of studying and learning about yourself, besides the markets. This is a breaker. This is a fair value gap. This is a strong indication for a buy. If it comes back here, let's see if I want to act on it. How is it gonna look? Okay, let's try it. Only 13 bucks for 67. I guess that's a good risk reward. Okay, that's it for the day. We tried it. It didn't work out. It's a game of probabilities. It was a very low risk trade, so I'm not sad at all. I tried it. There is a possibility they just want to trade inside this first. But yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for joining. It was amazing. Let me take another picture for my journal because I have another trade. And that's about it. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I took it as well. Because you have a breaker, low, high, low, low, higher, high, fair value gap, and relative equal highs. So I'm happy with everything. I'm not going to push it anymore. I apologize. Just to recover, what, $13? So I'm good. But I still stand firm. We might attack this relative equal highs today. See? They just wanted to come back here. But yeah, I'm going to close the streams because I'm going to convince myself to get back in. And I don't want that. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day. Have a good night. Peace. See you tomorrow. Yeah, for sure.